the Royal Daily Tea YouTube channel. Please be advised all of my videos are for entertainment purposes only, based 100% on my own opinion, my own theories, and my own research. All of my information can be found on the public domain and falls under the fair use guidelines. Please feel free to do your own research. Hello and welcome back to the Royal Daily Tea. Happy Friday to everyone. So I have a little bit of a confession. I played hooky last night. Well, actually the last 2 nights. I did not do any freelance work, you guys. Super bad. I was too busy doing the Royal Tea, but last night I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a bath and I'm going to listen to this scary book on tape and I'm not going to tell anybody. I played hooky and it was glorious. So of course this morning at 7 a.m. my client's like, so how's the website coming? And I'm like, oops. So I got to work, even though it's technically my day off from my job. Michelle's going to make this a full work day. You know, I'm always working, but you know, I love what I do. So I'm very happy. I finally have a cup of coffee. If you know, you know, I broke my coffee pot and my vacuum cleaner last week. So I haven't had coffee in my house for over a week. Yeah. That wasn't fun. So today I made my very first cup of coffee in my brand new coffee pot, you guys. I love it and it's so cute. It's the Mr. Coffee where you can make the hot and the cold. Really cute. It's under $60. So if you're in the market for a coffee pot, guys, I totally recommend it. Again, it's just nice having coffee in the morning. And on that note, just to let y'all know, my friend's Etsy shop, Decaf Please, she actually has a new brand of coffee that she's coming out with very soon for the decaf drinkers. And she also sells some really cute mugs. And thank you to all the people who went over there and purchased. It really brightened her day. She's a small business owner and trying to get up and running is very, very difficult. And I showed everyone the mug that I had last time. And just thank you to everyone who went there. If you are interested in checking out her shop, I'll have it linked below. But she is coming out with a line of decaf coffee. So for all the people who can't drink coffee, you might be interested in that. Me, myself, I love my caffeine, but also sometimes you just want a cup in the evening, so I think decaf is definitely the way to go. Now, let's sit back and relax, guys. Grab yourself a beverage, whether it's caffeinated or decaf, and let's get into the Royal Daily Tea. So there's a blind item that has been circulating that I've heard for a while. And the story goes that Harry and Meghan might be sitting down with Oprah 2.0, that they're going to come back around and they're going to clear up all of the misconceptions that happened during the original Oprah Winfrey interview. You know, this interview.
You look lovely.
Thank you, so do you.
Before we get into it,
To be honest with you, I don't see this happening. First of all, their story had more holes in it than a piece of Swiss cheese. And Meghan Markle is a coward. She is not going to get on national TV and admit she lied. No, that's not Meghan's MO, okay? If anything else, she's going to get on there and claim to be more of a victim or play dumb that, oh, I didn't know. Nobody told me. Nah, it's not happening. First of all, Oprah, she might still be buddy-buddy with them. I don't think she is. Her reputation was in the toilet after that interview, so much so that CBS has removed that interview and it's no longer on Oprah's website. Well, why would that be? The only way Oprah Winfrey, in my opinion, would sit down with the duo from Monteshitshow is if she ripped them a new one and cleared up all of the lies and misconceptions. First of all, Oprah did zero research. She just took what they said at face value. There were no disclaimers at all made on the interview. It was just, here it is, folks. This is the fact. This is what they're saying, because they hid it under the it's our truth. So therefore, you can't back check it because it's our truth, right? But their truth was riddled with lies. And the fact that Oprah's team didn't contradict, didn't research, didn't put a disclaimer, made her look really, really bad from a journalistic viewpoint. You know, Oprah's had a 30-year career where her talk show was the #1 talk show. Everyone always listened to Oprah. So the fact that she put her friends on this interview and didn't fact check anything, and it came up to be where they had over 13 lies and inconsistencies, I mean, that made her look pretty bad. Now, there was a time back in the 90s, if you remember, that Oprah Winfrey had the author, I believe his name was James Frey, where he wrote a book, I think it was called A Million Little Pieces, where he basically pretended this was his story, but it was actually fictional. And she had put it on her bestseller favorite list and told everyone to go buy this book. And then it came out that the story was false, and boy, did she rip him a new one. She had him back on her show, and I have to give the guy props because he took it. He went back on the show and he took the beating. How humiliating for this gentleman to go on TV and tell millions of people, yeah, I lied. Ugh, right? Ruined his career. In my opinion, the only way that Oprah Winfrey would actually have these two sitting down in her chair again is if she could go back and say, okay, you didn't tell the truth here, son. These are the facts. And I don't see Harry and Meghan facing the music. That's not Meghan's style. Meghan's style is to lie and deceive and to run away and to play the victim. She doesn't ever own up to anything. As a matter of fact, she lied under oath when they asked her, hey, didn't you collaborate with Omid Scobie for Finding Freedom through Jason Knopf and all of those emails? We know that Meghan is not above lying under oath. She lied under oath not once, but twice. With the authors of Finding Freedom, she denied any, collaboration with them, even though it was technically through Jason Knopf. She still wrote it and signed off on it and gave it to them with her full permission and her being aware of what was happening and what was going in the book. She lied under oath twice and said, I forgot. You forget to, unplug your curling iron. You forget to pick up the dry cleaning, but you don't forget collaborating with an author on a book where you handwrite notes and make corrections and pass it to your press secretary, who then emails it and meets with the authors of the book on several occasions. That's not something you forget. She lied under oath twice for that. So do you think she's going to go on Oprah Winfrey and say, yeah, I told y'all a bunch of porky pie lies. Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry. I forgot that I went to Duchess training. Oh, silly me. I forgot that we technically didn't have a second wedding because that would be illegal. She told a lot of lies and she hurt a lot of people. We have the lawsuit that's still going on between Meghan and her sister Samantha. See, a lot of people think she just hurt the royal family with her lies, which she did. They really damaged the royal family, and I believe this interview was kind of the birth of the Sussex squad. It kind of put the royal family into two camps. Well, who do you side with? Do you side with William and Catherine and the royals, or do you side with the victims of the Sussexes? Or do you side with the Sussexes, the innocent victims, or the evil royal family who's jealous and racist? But if you based it on the Oprah Winfrey interview and had no other facts, of course you would think, oh my God, they're so mean to Harry and Meghan, right? But now that we all know that she told over 13 lies and inconsistencies, it's like, wait a minute here. But the damage is done because once you put out an accusation of racism and, oh, well, Kate made me cry, but please don't hate her. It's okay. Well, that's what you say, but there's a lot of facts to the contrary that it was you who made her cry. And the thing that's so nasty is that Meghan knows and Harry knows that the royal family is not going to come out and contradict what they said. So they knew they could say anything they wanted and nobody's going to contradict them. And they didn't. All the Queen said is recollections may vary. That's it. They never came out and said what they said was untrue. And I really do wish they would have. Honestly, I don't think anyone would have thought ill of the royal family If they would have came out and said, no, Meghan, you actually did have Duchess training and you had Duchess training on this date with this person. No, Meghan, you weren't married, before the wedding, have that person sign off on it. No, this isn't true. You know the line of succession. Your son isn't going to have a prince title, blah, blah, blah. I really wish they would have counteracted the main bullet points immediately, because now there's so many people who think what they say is fact. There's so many people on my TikTok and Instagram who still think that Kate is jealous of Meghan and that they're evil and racist, and the things that they say about them is so vile that it came out with the Sussex Squad. It birthed a group of people who are basing everything on race, which is very sad that William has to defend himself and say, no, we are not a racist family. William would have never had to answer that type of question if these two wouldn't have gone on national television and spread their lies. Think about it. The damage is done, and it's going to be there forever. Now, if Harry names who this person was in his book, it's going to be even worse. Whether it's Charles or William or Aunt Hilda, 5 cousins removed, it doesn't matter. Once that kind of stigma is attached to them, it's never going to go away. Now, you have to think about the Markle family. Samantha Markle also, and her father also have received a lot of hate because of Meghan and her lies. They didn't just hurt the royal family, they also hurt Meghan's family. Samantha Markle is suing her sister right now for the lies that she contributed herself to the authors of Finding Freedom. Omid Scobie didn't come up with that. He got that straight from the horse's mouth. She made sure that was in the book, and they were all lies. So now poor Samantha, who has MS, who's had stalkers, who's lost jobs, who's had her complete reputation destroyed, is now suing Meghan for defamation. And she's only suing for $75,000. I don't know why she's suing for so low. I would have sued her for $1 million at least. I sure hope her attorneys talk to her for $1 million, because this poor woman, her livelihood was destroyed. People were stalking her. The father's had multiple heart attacks. He just had a stroke. He's never seen his grandchildren. People think he's a horrible man. Look, I'm not saying he's a perfect person. I'm not saying everything they've done is right. But these are people who are desperately trying to contact a loved one who just cut them off and spread lies about them in the press. So in my opinion, she's the one who created all of this drama that didn't need to happen. And we've said this before on my channel, if you're just a decent person and treated people with respect, she would have avoided 90% of the drama that's in her life. But again, her and her husband are involved in 3 lawsuits right now. What kind of people get involved in 3 multiple lawsuits? I mean, it tells you what kind of people they are. I mean, seriously, and no offense, but I hope you lose them all and hope you go broke, son. They're so pompous, and they do it to themselves, and then they cry victim. And there's still people who follow them. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't. I'm like, oh my God. Can people not see it? Can you not see it? Honestly, on TikTok, I almost had a fight with someone, and she was from Scotland. Oh, the press is so mean to Meghan, and they're portraying her so unfairly. I'm like, have you seen what they've done to Kate and William and Camilla and Charles and the Queen? Everyone has had negative press for years, but no one cries about it. But if it's about Meghan, oh, racism. Okay. Kate has had 20 years of negative press. They still say stuff about her. It's not all rainbows for her. But she's had to work her butt off for 11 years as the Duchess of Cambridge and has done an impeccable job. She's earned her chops in the royal family. Meghan was barely there 18 months and worked 72 days. She couldn't hack it. She's a royal quitter. Sorry, you're a quitter. And quite frankly, what else has she done in 2.5 years? Nothing besides causing turmoil and drama. The girl hasn't accomplished anything. Let's look at your podcast. Let's see if you can actually finish a job. Again, she's a royal quitter. She hasn't produced nada in 2.5 years of Megxit. So let me eat my words, Meghan, and let me see what you can actually produce. Because so far you are the non-producing Sussexes, in my opinion. So I don't think this interview is going to happen. Honestly, these two would never face the music. They would never own up to telling lies and mistruths. What are they going to say? Oh, we didn't know. Oh, we forgot. They would look like a bunch of babbling idiots, and Oprah would rip it to them. I don't think she would sit down and just do another Your Truth. We're going to do another fake interview. And let's not forget, they did this interview while his 99-year-old grandfather was literally clinging to life in the hospital. He was just released, I think maybe a couple days before. But yeah, they did it the month before he died. Classy duo. Classy. Again, there was no point in doing that interview. It was all revenge. And because of them, they have caused a rift in not only the royal family, but in Meghan's family. And it's very, very sad how damaging these two are. And there's a talk that they might get their titles removed, which honestly, I hope they do. But at this point, it doesn't matter. You can call him Humpty Dumpty and Whipty-Doo. People are onto them now. People are seeing that they're not who they claim to be. And quite frankly, their star power is diminishing. I say by 2023, we're going to say Harry and Meghan who? Because they're just going to keep going further and further down the totem pole, in my opinion. But what do you think, guys? Do you think they're going to actually sit down for Oprah Winfrey 2.0 and face the music for the interview that they gave that was heard around the world? Leave me your comments, guys, down below. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you. Please make sure you check out all of my social media accounts and, of course, the Royal Daily Tea website. I will be back on Monday. So happy Father's Day to all of the fathers out there. Hope you have a lovely day. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care.